already did Icky.
Hey guys, remember, first ending, second ending. Second ending is the one we end with. Third ending goes after you. 1, 2, 3. Huh? And fermata. This is for any fermata we might have in the middle. Watch for fermata.
Good afternoon. It is my distinct honor and privilege to welcome each and every one of you to graduation day at Swartz Creek High School. At this time, would you please rise for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
All right, you may be seated. Welcome, Swartz Creek families and friends. I'm privileged to be here today to celebrate our Dragon Class of 2021. I'd like to take a moment to recognize some of our distinguished guests, starting with our Board of Education. Board President, Mrs. Carrie Germain. Vice President, Mr. Brian Sapanik. Secretary, Mrs. Jessica Lenave. Our Treasurer, Mr. Mike Ahern. Trustee, Mrs. Alicia Gardner. Trustee, Mr. Brian Melke. Chuck Melke. There goes my demotion. And Trustee, Mr. John Sayer. Superintendent, Mr. Ben Meinke. Deputy Superintendent, Mr. Rod Heatherton. Executive Director of Student Services, Mr. Derek Bouchon. Director of Personnel and Compliance, Mr. Kevin Claren. And a host of Swartz Creek teachers and support staff sitting to the left and right of this stage. Mrs. Michelle Loader for once again planning a beautiful graduation ceremony, along with Assistant Principals Mrs. Jody Morgan, Miss Chantel Manning, and Athletic Director Miss Adrian Trebatowski. And to our middle school principal, Mrs. Michelle Corbett, with Assistant Principals Mrs. Melissa Titsworth and Mr. Tony Suhanik. Deke and Gaines Principal, Mrs. Katie Preer. Cyrene Principal, Ms. Michelle Wildy. Elms Road Principal, Mr. Dave Simonson. Morris Principal, Mrs. Alice Lashbrook. And of course, thank you families for all you have done to make this day possible for these seniors. I'd like to take a moment and recognize our students achieving top 10 honors. If these students would please stand or wave when I say your name. Taylor Green. Autumn Smith. Madison Lefebvre. Brayley Klippa. Clayton Wistuba. Sydney Ramberg. Alyssa Labonte. Ichiro Austin. Our class of 2021 salutatorian, Natalie Peterson. And our class of 2021 valedictorian, Morgan Gomes. Our mission statement says, we are a family committed to excellence, instilling the values of integrity and compassion, and encouraging every individual to embrace challenges through continuous learning. I'd like to draw your attention to the idea of embracing challenges. How fitting this statement is for our seniors this year. They were given a real-life education on what it means to embrace challenges. Most of the students sitting here have endured many days of quarantine. Some quarantined 6 to 7 times this year and were still required to meet the graduation expectations to participate in this ceremony today. Seniors, you will forever remember the year you had to endure and maneuver these circumstances. I'm certain you will tell your grandchildren about the experience of being a student during this pandemic. And while it wasn't a comfortable or easy experience, it made you and everyone here stronger for enduring it. Seniors, I promise you, if you make the decision to embrace challenges as opportunities to hone who you are, circumstances will not prevent you from living a life filled with great satisfaction and success. Your family and your school family have equipped you with the tools needed to go forth and make a difference in the things that matter: life, family, friends, and career. Only you can create your story. We are rooting for you, and we look forward to hearing of the trails you blaze. You are forever dragons. Let's hear it for the class of 2021. At this time, I'd like to welcome to the podium our superintendent, Mr. Ben Meinke, to share some words of celebration.
Are you ready? Yeah? Not for my words, but to walk up here. This is a real honor for me because I remember all of you walking through those doors 4 years ago. While I've been here for 5 years, I remember meeting with many of you your freshman year and just all the emotions that were going on. And to see you here today is just such an accomplishment, and it's an honor to share in this moment with you. I would be remiss if I did not thank the community for supporting our schools, making them safer, more efficient, and for facilities like this where you will be able to graduate for the first time. Thank you. Mr. Kitchen talked about all the struggles that you've been through this year, and this has been one of the most difficult years in recent memory. But it's hot, and quite frankly, everyone's here to watch you and not me. So, Mr. Kitchen told me that I had to keep my speech under 4 minutes, so I'm going to give it a try. I learned 2 major things this year, and I'd like to pass them along for what it's worth. It's been a very challenging year for everyone, but I'd like to leave you with 2 things as you embark on this next chapter in your lives. Number 1, be grateful and thankful for setbacks and challenges. This is a lot easier said than done, but I'm here to tell you that it can be done. Life is very short, and often we're looking for something to make us happy. We perceive that happiness comes from our circumstances. Unfortunately, if these things don't happen, we find ourselves unhappy. The reality is that if we can learn to be grateful and thankful, even when things do not go our way, we become stronger people. But we also become aware that happiness is a choice. We learn that even in a pandemic, a lost friendship, a failed relationship, losing your job, or even worse, life is going to happen, and it will smack us in the face no matter what we do. If you allow your circumstances to define who you are, then they will always define who you are. When you go through a rough patch, you will simply be a product of your circumstances, and you will never make it out. However, if you can learn the critical skill of maintaining a thankful and grateful heart, even while the world is melting down around you, you will make the choice to define yourself, and you will also be a rock to others. The great poet Maya Angelou said, "Stand up straight and realize who you are, that you tower over your circumstances." I hope as you leave us today, you will not let life's circumstances define you. And finally, take personal responsibility for yourself and look for opportunities. We live in a world where it's become increasingly popular to blame others and never take personal responsibility. This is a most dangerous trend, and it will ultimately lead to significant setbacks in the world if it's not addressed. However, there's great news in all of this, because as people continue to fail to take personal responsibility, there is tremendous opportunity for all of you. The world desperately needs leaders who are willing to roll up their sleeves, who are willing to say, "I'm not making any excuses, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to help myself and others be successful." If you can learn to take control of your own destiny and not give that power to someone or something else, and on top of that, look for opportunities in the world around you, you will be amazed at how quickly you can excel. There are always people who do not want to work. There are always people who want to blame someone else. And there are always people who lack integrity and character. When you find those people, see it as an opportunity for yourself. This year has taught us all a lot. I hope it's taught you some similar things as well. I hope you will go into the world and do incredible things that you have the power to do. I hope you achieve the dreams that you have. In order to do those things, do not let your circumstances define you. Take responsibility for yourself and look for those opportunities when others do not. You are an absolutely amazing group of young people, and we are very proud of you. You leave as alumni of Swartz Creek High School, and there will always be many who are here to support you whenever and wherever you need it. Congratulations.
At this time, our band is going to share a musical selection. At this time, I'd like to invite Mr. Brendan Johnson, Senior Class President and National Honor Society President, to share a speech of remembrance.
Different people interpret the past in different ways. Some may regard the past as something to be placed on the back burner, for the beauty of life lies in the present moment and the prospect of the future. For some, the beauty of life is nestled inside each and every one of person here, inside the present and its ability to house the vast array of feelings, emotions, and ideas and perspectives swirling inside each and every individual person here today. Many others, however, regard the past as an educator or nurturer, responsible for bestowing the necessary knowledge, comfort, and experience one needs when navigating the complex and ever-changing ways of this thing we call life. From every broken bone to every goal achieved, from every test failed to every exam aced, from every parental scolding to every lesson learned, from every friend lost to every friend gained. For some, life lies in between each and every one of these moments. For some, the beauty of life lies in the past and its ability to house every decision mankind has ever made. Decisions ranging in size, such as picking where to go to dinner or picking where to go to college. Decisions that range in consequence, like missing the deadline on that big project or earning a better SAT score than you expected. Decisions that, when dropped inside the vast ocean of life, ripple out and affect others in countlessly different ways. One thing I think we often fail to give enough attention to is the effect that our decisions, big or small, have not only on ourselves, but on those around us. Whether you are male or female, black or white, gay or straight, liberal or conservative, one thing we all will forever share is our humanity. In other words, we all have the choice of making good and bad decisions. No one is perfect. Perhaps some people are avoidant of the past because the past can be uncomfortable. I myself was a little apprehensive of tackling a speech about the past. As home to every decision of mankind, the past is home to quite a bit of pitfalls, traumas, broken hearts, and regrets. For many reasons, many of which I just listed, it is completely understandable why some would avoid the past. With that being said, bear with me as I ask you to step outside of this today. I urge you all, for at least right now, during the course of this speech, to dedicate this moment, this day, or this period in your life to reflection and remembrance. More specifically, I urge you all to remember and hold on to the good parts of your past. While the past may be home to what is painful, it is home to some of the deepest comforts as well. I want you all to remember your first good grade, the first friend you made, the first art class you took, the first football game you ever attended, the first competition you won, the first concert you performed in, your first kiss, and all the other firsts that made you swell with excitement. I urge you all to remember the teachers who taught you well, the lessons you loved to learn, and the periods of uncontrollable laughter spent with friends and peers. Remember the simple joys, like listening to music and long car rides. Remember good food, lying in the sun, and philosophical conversations. Remember bonfires, parties, family gatherings, and hangouts. Remember the smiles, inspiring words, and selfless actions of those around you. To me, This is where the beauty of the past lies, in its ability to provide people with solace and a soft place to land. Memories of childhood, friends, family, and the things we love keep us grounded. These memories will become an anchor in the storms we will inevitably endure once we take that final step into adulthood. Our pasts, whether through negative or positive experience, develop the building blocks that make up who we are today. They are equal in their ability to evoke strong emotions that remind us not only of the light and laughter that we've experienced on the way, but the trials and tribulations we have and will continue to overcome as well. Sitting here today, we all made it to this point through 251 distinct paths. No one's path was the correct path. However winding or however straight your path was, it landed you here. This is cause for celebration. As we continue down our proverbial paths and we realize that we strayed from the pack, when we encounter forks in the road, we will be able to proceed into the thick of it with our heads held high. As you leave this field today, the path that we've grown accustomed to being beaten for us will be gone. Today is the day you begin blazing a trail of your own. Congratulations to the Swartz Creek class of 2021. Go Dragons.
And now a speech of here and now from our valedictorian, Miss Morgan Gomes.
Good afternoon, everyone. First and foremost, I would like to thank each and every person responsible for putting on this ceremony for the class of 2021 and our loved ones. I can't quite verbalize the depth of my gratitude to those who have made the effort to grant us as close to a normal graduation as possible given our circumstances. Before I address the students, I would like to acknowledge those who don't get recognized as much as they should considering their impact. So to parents, family, and all the staff who've supported and nurtured our growing minds, you have shaped us and influenced who we will become. You've taught us academically, artistically, physically, and given us tools for adulthood we've already begun to employ. We thank you for watching and helping us grow. Now, seniors, we all know there's been so much taken away from us this year, from sports and club activities to community events and even access to in-person learning. While there's no doubt in my mind we've been robbed of the true senior year experience, it honestly has only made me understand and appreciate the opportunities we're given and the weight of ceremonies like this one. You see, it is so easy to just walk right up here, grab your diploma, and go home to get on with your evening, your summer, and jump right into the vastness of our futures. Now, don't get me wrong, I share your excitement and even restlessness when it comes to sitting through a graduation ceremony. However, I want to ensure that we don't lock our sights on what's ahead. Typically, that is what's instructed of us, to keep our eyes on the prize and remember that tomorrow's only a day away. But what that message fails to teach us is the importance of being present, and I don't just mean physically. One of the most influential people of my middle and high school careers, Mr. Jared Luke, has taught me so much, but the one thing I'll hold on to until the day I die is the art of being present. Often we find ourselves so preoccupied, looking to the future and reminiscing on the past, that we forget to be present in what we're living through. I know a lot of us are itching to burst into summer and have fun, or are beginning to hone our focuses on getting ready for college, trade school, the workforce, or whatever the coming years hold for you. That enthusiasm is refreshing, and I do love to see it, but I don't want us to coast through these last moments of adolescence, only to look back as adults and wish we had taken the time to be present in our lives as we were living them. This ceremony is about far more than just grabbing your diploma and taking pictures to look back on. This is a ceremony to represent everything you've done to get here. Whether you struggled all 4 years or had the best time of your life thus far, you made it, and you should be proud of yourself. Some people get it in their heads that high school is going to be the easiest thing you can accomplish before adulthood. And while there are plenty of challenges waiting for us in adulthood, I firmly believe that graduating high school is no easy feat. Many of us have put in countless hours of work, suffered through illness and bad social situations, experienced failure for the first or maybe 100th time. We've lived through loss and personal problems, dealt with stress and our lowest of lows yet, and so much more. My point here is that we as a student body are so diverse in our origins and experiences, but here we are. together in a mass of red and white gowns with people we've known for 13 years or maybe just met a few months ago. Now, I have one last advice for my peers. No matter who you are and the obstacles you've overcome to get here, I ask that you take time to acknowledge what you've done for yourself, and don't forget to be present in this moment before it has come and gone. Thank you. It's been an honor to be part of and speak for the class of 2021.
And now, a speech of possibilities by salutatorian Natalie Peterson.
Dear class of 2021, we made it. All the epic highs and lows, all our struggles and our triumphs have led to this moment. Today we stand here on the threshold of the rest of our lives. Now is the time when we turn our minds from the past and set our sights on the future. But before we celebrate that future, it's important to recognize the people who made our journeys possible. Thank you to all our families and friends who have supported and encouraged us all these years. And especially thank you to all our wonderful teachers who are always there for us. Thanks for being role models, fostering our love of learning, and generally putting up with us. It's because of you that we stand here today ready to start the next great project of our lives. You gave us the blueprint. Now it's time for us to be the architects of our own future. In this pivotal moment of our lives, we take time to contemplate our past, present, and future. Two of those concepts, the past and the future, seem like opposites. But the truth is, one can't exist without the other. Our future will inevitably be shaped by our past. What's more, we can learn from our past to build our future. The funny thing about the future is that oftentimes it mirrors the past. We push against the same oppressive forces, struggle to overcome the differences that divide us, and battle destructive wars for profit. But every once in a while, a generation is born who changes everything, changes the way we perceive, interact with, and build our world. I believe that we are that generation. We will manufacture change. As Shakespeare remarked, we know what we are, but know not what we may be. Our high school years have laid the foundation, but now it's up to us to mold our future. More than ever, our generation is connected to each other on a global scale, each of us a pillar in the temple of humanity. We have the chance to become enlightened about other people, other cultures, and come to the revelation that all humans are linked by our shared experiences. We have the power to rebuild society, to construct our nation into one of acceptance and inclusivity, one of love. Every small action we make has the possibility to change someone's life for the better. So choose kindness, choose compassion. As literary idol and American author Kurt Vonnegut observed, a purpose of human life is to love whoever is around to be loved. So love each other. We can build a beautiful world if we take the time to lay the framework. That can be our generation's legacy. We might be students now, but soon we will be engineers and caregivers and tradespeople and entrepreneurs and maybe even teachers. Most importantly, we are dreamers with the courage to turn our hopes into actions, our beliefs into movements. Like so many other generations, we inherited some of humanity's past mistakes. Environmental degradation, xenophobia, homophobia, ageism, classism, sexism, racism. But we refuse to furnish the house of ignorance and hatred. Instead, we will tear down its walls and destroy all the barriers of race, gender, and sexuality that society uses to divide us. And when that house becomes rubble, when we open our minds and our hearts to understanding each other, we will find the power of unity, that together we are capable of anything. As a house divided, we have fallen again and again. But unified, we will build a better house, one of unity and inclusivity, a shelter for all of humankind. So, class of 2021, I implore you, learn from our past. Put that knowledge to good use. Build a better future. I challenge you, as you leave our school today and venture out, never forget the power you have to change tomorrow. We might not be able to change history, but I bet we can make some.
Now our class of 2021 choir members will share a musical selection. And now the moment you've all been waiting for, it's time for the calling of the graduates. Miss Mandy Cummins and Mrs. Lori Anthony will be calling the graduates.
Morgan Gomes. Natalie Peterson. Ichiro Asen. Alyssa Labonte. Sydney Ramberg. Clayton Westuba. Braylee Klippa. Madison LaFave. Autumn Smith. Taylor Green. Helena Castillo. Peyton Dupuis. Micah Earl. Emily Hazel. Christian Huron. Brendan Johnson. Charlotte Limlin. Dallas Leonard. Lily McLean. Brianna Mossholder.
Nicholas Carlson. Jared Church. Emerin Davis. Hannah Delaney. Devin Dennings. Leslie Dotson. Paige Dugas. Alexander Forrester. Ethan Gardner. Paige Harper. Aiden Hines. Ian Holtz. Isabella Lenave. Eric Mellon. Xavier Steele.
That's my boy!
Tori Vanderker. Kathleen Van Warmer.
That's my best friend!
Abigail Weicker. Jamie Wolfen. Eric Woodby.
Ryan Mellon. Christine Nixon O'Malley. Alexander Shin. Molly Stannis. Savannah Tryon. Hussam Alakuhaif. Katie Armour.
Arredondo.
Brennan Arredondo. Rachel Arvoy. Kayla Aubrey. Caleb Austin. Justin Back. Nathan Baker. Quinice Beeman. Noah Beasley.
Congratulations, honey.
Sabrina Bergeron. Jada Bieber. Kaylee Birch. Destiny Bishop. Taylor Bond.
Teelan Boyd. Elise Bratton. Nevaeh Bridges. Kylie Brown. Robert Brown. Jacob Browning. Joshua Beakey. Samantha Birdie. Sarah Berza.
Let's go, buddy.
Addison Byrne.
There you go. There we go. There we go.
You got it.
Luke Clapp. Trenton Carrillo. Tyler Carrier. Tyler Casemore.
And the best graduate.
Christopher Syak. Royce Claspel. Allison Cahoon. Sarah Colombe.
Austin Cook. Jamie Copeland. Luke Cotnoir.
Yeah, Luke. Okay.
Madison Cox. Madison M. Cox. Timothy Krang. Victoria Cromwell. Brianne Danks. Jalen Davis. Grace Denton. Annalise DePatti. Emily DePatti. Michaela Deal. Madison Dominic. Taya Driscoll. Emily Estep Van Linden. Mason Ellis. Adlana Fu. Caleb Gallant. Emily Gibson.
Matthew Gibson. Christopher Gill. Sophia Goff. Benjamin Gopal. Brianna Guess. Haley Hall. Jade Hall. Mariah Harris. Miranda Hawes. Serena Heath.
Tyler Heavner.
Connor Heidel. Cameron Hines. Ethan Hembrook. Chance Herman Edwards. Cole Hess. Tristan Higgerson. Abigail Hill. Jordan Hobbs. Abigail Holland.
Genesis Holly. Madeline Hopper. Trajan Horn. Alexis Hosey. Mackenzie Hosey. Brenda Houston. Mania Howe. Riley Hunt. Ayana Jackson. Livia Jackson. Connor Jewell. Luke Johnson. Jason Jones.
That's good.
Noah Calicay. Bailey Carnes. Jasleen Kaur. Jeffrey Joseph. Spencer Keene. Aiden Kidd. Bradley Kincaid.
Malachi Kingen. Keaton Knickerbocker. Scott Krotzer. Cameron Cryer. Noah Lair. Casey Lanigan. Brennan Larian. Caitlin Lawson. Callahan Leonard. Macy Lewis. Ellison Loader. Nathan Loader. Eliana Logston. Logan Lundgren. Hannah Lurvey. Luke Massiomi. Madison McDonald. Zoe Macklin Gibbs. Sydney McGinnity. Arnita Mance.
Rainey Marr. Sydney Martin. Kimberly Mattis. Olivia McCaskill. Taylor McDonald. Melanie McNally.
You got this. You got this.
Rainey Millage. Sally Miller. Nicholas Morales. William Mitchell. Molesky. Corinne Moore. Tyler Moore. Owen Nelson.
Oh my God, girl. You got it. You're good. I got this. I'm not gonna fall.
Kendall Newhart. Alexis Olinger.
My last name's Updike. Yeah.
Holland Updike. Clarissa Outlaw. Natalie Owens.
Drew Parks. Brendan Parrish. Rafe Parrott. Owen Patterson.
Pavelchek. Yeah.
John Pavlicek. Madison Pearson.
It's Peebles, I promise. Layla Peebles.
Layla Peebles. Aiden Pierce. Noah Pillay.
Okay, got it.
Samantha Perker Fruhoff. Marcus Pivovar. Simon Quigno. Alyssa Reyna. Calla Reiling. Dejanay Royster. Jaden Sanders. Jesse Sanders. Jonte Sanders. Eric Schiestel. Alicia Scroggins.
Corinne Shather. Joseph Schustock. Emma Skinner. Bradley Slinzek. Danielle Smith. Jacob Smith. Joshua Smith. Nicholas Smith. Megan Snyder.
Congrats, Seth.
Seth Speck. Jacob Stewart. Kevin Stovall. Antoine Taylor. Nicholas Tersegi. Clint Thayer. Dylan Thompson.
Congratulations, Michael.
Michael Thompson.
Congratulations, Logan. Thank you. It's Turton, right?
Yep,
Turton.
Logan Turton. Miranda Tyler. Samuel Van Dorn. Mackenzie Vargo. Cameron Van Cannon. Peyton Van Cannon. Taylor Waite. Molly Ward. Michael Wilkerson. Dalen Williams. Natalie Williard. Donnell Underwood. Philip Woodbury. Catherine Woods. Andrew Yaw. Christina Zerka.
This one I'm so proud to say.
Dorian Zumbrunnen.
All right, my absolute favorite part. At this time, I'd like to invite Superintendent Mr. Ben Micah to join me at the podium. That joke's getting old, guys. I hereby certify as the principal of Swartz Creek High School that the young men and women before you today have met or exceeded the graduation requirements set forth by the state of Michigan and the Swartz Creek Community Schools Board of Education. I present these students today for consideration of graduation.
At this time, I would like to invite the class of 2021 officers to the graduation bell. In a moment, we will signify the transition from student to graduate by moving your tassel from right to left through the bell ceremony led by your officers. Mr. Kitchen, I receive your recommendation for graduation on the grounds the students before us today have been verified to have fulfilled their duty to meet all applicable requirements for graduation. Therefore, by the power vested in me by the great state of Michigan and the Swartz Creek Community Schools Board of Education, I hereby pronounce this 2021 class as graduates of Swartz Creek Community Schools. Go ahead, Brennan. So you'll follow Alicia down those stairs.
go.